Hello, witches and wizards, and welcome to an Ancient and Medieval Adventures camp lesson. In this lesson, we will be learning about some of the world's most mysterious stone structures. We will look in particular at three famous stone structures: Stonehenge, the Moai idols of Easter Island, and Ireland's Giant's Causeway. Each of these structures has a magical explanation for how it was created. We will look at these explanations and why people believe that they have magical origins. Finally, we will look at some other examples of amazing constructions from the ancient world that might help us understand how ancient people were able to create such incredible structures without magic. The first mysterious stone structure that we are looking at today is the world-famous Stonehenge, a giant structure found on the Salisbury Plains in England. Stonehenge is a double ring of stones, with a larger outer ring made of sarsen stones, and a smaller inner ring made out of blue stones. These stones put together form a shape known as a trilith, where three stones are fitted together to form a sort of archway. Stonehenge was built during the Neolithic period, over 5,000 years ago. The stones used to build it are huge, with the biggest one weighing over 40 tons, or 80,000 pounds. The sarsen stones used for the outer circle of Stonehenge came from hills nearly 50 kilometers away where they are now, and the blue stones used for the inner circle came from almost 100 kilometers away. Many people have wondered how ancient peoples were able to move these stones such long distances. One explanation is that Druids, an ancient Celtic group, moved the stones using Druidic magic. Another legendary theory states that the wizard Merlin flew these stones across the sea from Ireland to create Stonehenge. But that isn't the only reason people think Stonehenge is magical. Adding to the stone's mystery is the fact that we don't know exactly why it was built. However, there are a couple things about Stonehenge that make it the perfect place for magic to happen. The rocks at Stonehenge are also perfectly lined up with how the sun rises during the summer and winter solstices. Solstices, the longest and shortest days of the year respectively, are magically significant in many Old World religions, as they are days of rebirth and renewal. So perhaps the reason the stones line up with the sun on these days was because Stonehenge was used in a powerful magic ritual. Stars and the night sky are also very important magical tools for predicting the future and making magic in the ancient world, and Stonehenge also lines up with the movements of the stars. Could it be that Stonehenge was some kind of map of the sky that was used for magical reasons? Even though there are many magical theories for Stonehenge's creation, scientists and historians have been working hard to figure out how they might have been created without magic. The sarsens of Stonehenge were most likely moved using logs and a pulley system, like this. The stones would have been pulled over a platform of rolling logs from one location to the next. While this would have taken a lot of people and even more time, it has still been tested and it is possible to do. One of the most common theories for transportation of the blue stones is that they were transported by boat. However, a more recent theory has stated that the stones may have actually been moved from Wales to Salisbury Plain by a melting glacier. Still, nobody is entirely sure of how the stones were moved. The next mysterious stone structures we're going to be looking at are the giant Moai statues of Easter Island. Easter Island is a Polynesian island located in the southeast of the Pacific Ocean. The island was first settled by the Rapa Nui people as early as 800 years ago. The moai, or statues, are said to be statues depicting Rapa Nui ancestors. Like Stonehenge, there are a lot of questions about how the stones were moved, as the stones are over 32 feet tall and could weigh thousands of pounds. According to Rapa Nui legend, the moai were moved by the Polynesian creator god Makemake. To move the stones from one location to another, the story says, Makemake commanded them to walk, causing the moai to stand up and walk across their island to their new home. A recent experiment by archaeologists in 2013 tested how the stones might have walked to their new location, just like in the Rapa Nui legend. To make the statues walk, the teams used rope to rock the stones back and forth so it looked like they were walking. However, in 2017, it was discovered that the moai have entire lower bodies buried underground and are even bigger than previously thought. This means that the walking theory may no longer be the best explanation for how the stones were transported. Although it is not a man-made structure, Ireland's Giant's Causeway is another stone structure with magical origins, similar to Easter Island's moai. The story of the Causeway is that it was created by the legendary giant Finn McCool because the stones look like they are the perfect size and shape for giants to step on. Finn McCool created the Causeway to be a pathway between Ireland and Scotland. But unfortunately, the rest of the path is no longer visible because it was destroyed by another giant, Fingal, as he was running away from a fight he had with the powerful Finn McCool. Unlike Stonehenge and Easter Island, scientists have found the non-magical explanation for the creation of the Giant's Causeway. The causeway was created by the lava from a volcano that heated and cooled many times over hundreds of years to form the shapes of the stones. The construction of giant stone structures like Stonehenge and Easter Island's moai is certainly mysterious, and the exact answers of how they were made remain unknown. However, the methods used to build other famous stone structures from around the world could tell us more about how these fascinating sites came to be. Humans in the ancient past didn't need modern technology to build amazing things. The stones to build the ancient pyramids were transported across the Nile River, and the stones to build Angkor Wat were moved using canals. Machu Picchu in Peru and Francis Karnak stones were also built not with magic, but with human inventiveness and teamwork. Although the creation of these monuments may seem like magic, these beautiful creations help us to realize that ancient peoples were just as smart and creative as people are today. Thanks for watching. Now that you've learned a bit more about some of the most famous and mysterious stone structures in the world, it's time for you to make your own. Visit the DIY Stonehenge video right here on WordPress to follow along.